Hello, I'm Sarah of Macra-Made with Love. I make eco-friendly home decor and accessories using recycled materials. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make an adjustable crossbody phone strap. So make sure that you screenshot everything you need as I've put it on the screen just there. Start by folding two of your yarns in half, but don't fold them equally in half. You need an uneven fold so that you have middle yarns of approximately 40 inches. You can see there I've got two shorter lengths and then the other side will be much longer. So we're going to attach them onto the lobster clasp using a lark's head knot individually, each one. So you put it through and then post your loose ends back through your loop, and make sure that your shorter 40-inch lengths are in the middle, because that's what is going to be the middle of your square knots. So you've got your shorter two in the middle, the longer two on the outside, and all you need to do is make a really long row of square knots. So literally just continue making square knots all the way down until you have got a nice long row of them, one underneath the other. You should end up hopefully with a row of 23 inches approximately of square knots. So just keep going with your square knots until you get to that length. When you have done enough square knots that you've now got approximately 23 inches in length, you should have something that looks like this. And then you need to attach on your other 2 long pieces of yarn, folding them unequally in half like we did before, and make the same row of 23 inches of square knots on the other side, until you now have 2 long rows of square knots like this. So now you've got lots of long loose ends here. If you want to, it makes it slightly easier to just trim it and even it up at the bottom. So just cut across so that it is even. And then we're going to thread on the bead. So I find it helpful here to attach a piece of tape onto the end of your loose yarns. Helps to thread it through the bead. So just some clear sellotape, wrap it round one side, and if you twist it round tight enough, you can make it into a point, so it makes it easy to thread it through your bead. So just do that on both sides. And then take your bead, using a nice chunky wooden barrel bead that's got a really nice big wide hole in the middle. You need that to be able to thread your yarns through. And then just take one of your taped ends and push it through one side of the bead, and then keep hold of the bead, take the other side and push it through from the other side of the bead. Just feed it through and then take hold of both of your loose ends and pull them away from each other to slide the bead up. Now we just need to cut off those pieces of tape if you added them before, and then we're going to add some knots at the bottom to secure the yarn so it doesn't just slide straight back through. So if you leave a gap of about 9 inches, that's about 23 centimeters down from the bead, and just tie a simple overhand knot on each of your loose pieces. So you need to tie 8 overhand knots here. Obviously you want them to line up. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but near enough level with each other. And then when you've done all 8, they should look something like this. You can always wiggle them around a little bit if they're not even enough. And then I just go over them all and make them into double overhand knots, just to make doubly sure that they're not going to slip through your bead. If you've got an especially chunky bead with a big hole, you want to make sure that they're not going to fall through when you're using your phone strap. So just turn those single overhand knots into double overhand knots. finished all 8, you can give them a wiggle around again if you need to, and then just trim off so you haven't got too much loose at the bottom. And that is it. You have made your adjustable crossbody phone strap. All that's left to do is attach it onto your phone. As you can see, you adjust the length simply by sliding the yarn through the bead as far as you want it to go, and because of those knots, obviously it's not going to go through the bead, and then just pull on your loose ends, pull on your knots to tighten it up, and you can adjust it to whatever length you want it to be. Obviously you do need also a phone tether to attach this into your phone case, so it's really simple. All you need is your phone strap, a phone tether. You need to take your phone out of its case, pop the phone tether inside the phone case, poking it through the little hole at the bottom. Obviously put your phone back in the case, and then just clip on the phone strap that you've just made onto the tether, and there you have it, your adjustable crossbody phone strap. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you found it useful. If you've got any questions or comments, please do leave them below and I'll do my best to answer them for you. See you in the next one.